Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
So, for this podcast, we are going to be doing, we are going to be explaining who we are and what exactly. Um, I was going to get almost like the Destructible podcast with the points, although I
Yeah.
couldn't get that many people in here. So, this one episode will just be about us talking about ourselves. And
Okay.
do exactly. We are actually recording right now, so
Okay.
you can go ahead and explain a little bit of stuff.
I'll let you explain first because I'm still comprehending of things that just went down with me. So you go first. Plus, you're
Okay.
the host. So,
Yeah, that is. Yeah. So I don't really do that much. I've never gone to a furry convention. Uh,
I've never been to one either. I've been to a convention, though, but I've never been to an actual furry convention. But they're really fun.
yeah. I can tell some funny stories or something. But anyways, we'll go. That's inside podcast of that episode, of course. But anyways, I don't know. I honestly don't really know. This is going to be a really short episode because we're just literally talking about ourselves.
Yeah.
So, um, I'm Jacob. I am 13 years old. I usually go by November, which is my furry, or, uh, my little drawing. I forgot the name of it again. Oh my god. I forget what they're called all the time.
That's not good.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, that is pretty much me. Um. I. I don't really do that much, to be honest. Just recently, we had to take some friends' dogs, and so they've been snuggling me for a really long time. They're right, one of them is right now right beside of me. Yeah, you old stinker. Anyways, let's hear a little bit about you.
Okay. My name's Chase, but I go by she, they now. I go by Ash or Asher, and I am a gay poly furry femboy that likes to have fun. I like to write. In the past 6 years, I actually wrote about five books. I'm working on a sixth one. Love playing video games.
Yeah.
It's been really hard for me lately, though. So if I'm not being myself, that's why. Been going through some stuff, some family matters, and all that. So, but yeah, I love to write. Writing is pretty much my passion besides ice skating. And I'm addicted to webtoons. But I've been writing for about 6 years, ever since I moved to where I live now. Every time I get the free time, I write, and I found my passion for writing in third grade when I was just sitting there and people were talking about writing books when they're older, and I thought, why not just give this a try? So I started writing short stories and posting them online. Now they're all gone. I deleted all of them because now looking back, they were kind of stupid. And then I started this series called The Isles of Eden. I've been working on this series for about 6 years now. It's decompressed me when I got home from school. from all the things, from being bullied my entire life for being overweight, and now that everybody knows that I'm a furry and I'm new to the community. But that's because I'm being for who I am, which it's messed up for people to hate furries for when they're just being who they are. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit about me. So
Well, don't get discouraged. Jeez, I can't talk today.
yeah,
Don't get discouraged by any of those bums online. They are just
yeah,
assholes. You just need to forget about
they're
them.
they're just haters. They don't get what we do. So
Yeah. And my mom, of course, does not understand it.
my mom doesn't either, but she still supports me for who I am.
Yeah.
Even though she doesn't like it, she still supports me because she has to.
Hey, at least we both weren't kicked out.
Yep.
Sorry if
I
I'm
actually
kind of...
that brings up a very funny story of mine. Well, it's not really that funny, but I was going to come out to my mom as bi because it's so much easier coming out to your mom as bi, because then your parents might think that, oh, he'll never date the same gender, yada yada yada. So I came out to her about it. And then my best friend at school, not gonna say her name because it's privacy reasons and all that,
Yeah.
and she, I'm just gonna name her Jessica because why not? So Jessica and me, pretty much, I sat right in front of her on the bus, and I came out to her. She came out to me, and the more that I looked into it, I found out that I liked boys more than girls. So I looked into it, and then I came out to her. And then about a year later, I wanted to come out to my mom, but she was gonna support me. So we came up with this entire plan that if she were to kick me out, I was gonna go stay with them and all of that. But then if her dad kicked me and her out, we would we would live in their backyard pretty much and all that. Like, we came up with the biggest plan. And then that was also the same friend that ran away from home to my house. But we won't get into that. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, we won't get into that. Never joking.
Well, I
Oh,
mean, she had problems with her stepmom. Her stepmom was a big bitch. Sorry for my language.
it's
But
fine.
I don't like her stepmom. She's rude and doesn't care about how anybody thinks. So she, in that the day before she ran away, I went over to her house, and of course it was on a weekday because I was gonna go walking with her on a trail since I live in the country and we have tons of those around. We're gonna go walking together and just tell each other how our day went and all that, and just vent out of what's been going on in our lives. And her stepmom was like, yada yada, you have to go clean your room. And then of course we weren't able to go walking, so of course I walked home and all that. And then when I got home, she texted me, I'm running away. I'm coming to your house tomorrow. I don't care. I'm tired of her. So then the next day, we're on the bus. We're just talking, and she says, by the way, I faked a text message from my dad so then I can come to your house so I can get away. But the thing about my house, I have a secret room. So of course she goes shows the bus driver and she gets off with me. About an hour later, her sister and her sister's husband pulls up into my driveway and comes knocking on the door. Get my
I'm sorry, I can't really hear you that much. Here, I'll move towards my thing.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, now I can.
Okay. What all did you miss then?
Only a little bit, not that much.
Okay. So pretty much, okay. Did you hear about her making the note?
Nope.
The fake
No, I did
test?
not.
Okay. So did you hear about her texting me about how she was done with her stepmom?
Yes, I did.
So pretty much on the next day we're talking on the bus and she says, "Oh, I faked a text message from my dad saying I could get off with you." And so she gets off with me, and then she comes to my house and all that. We're just talking. About an hour later, her sister and her sister's husband pulls up to my driveway because my bus driver snitched, of course. Now my house has a secret room, so she hid in there. They come knocking on the door. I told her that she's not here. Oh, and that's what my brother. And then my stupid ass goes, "I'm sorry, but I can't." Yada yada. I was too scared. And then she goes home with her parents, and then she gets in so much trouble. And we stopped talking for about a month. But yeah, I have a ton of stories with my best friend from school. I swear. I also almost got married to my best friend's best friend on the bus. But that's a whole different story at this point.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep, and it cut out again. Hello? Okay,
Can you hear me now?
oh yeah, now I can.
Okay. But yeah, it's a long story with the I have a lot. But another story that happens like not yesterday. The day before, I think. I can't remember. No, yeah, it was the day before yesterday. I'm a band kid, so of course I'm always hyper and running around. Plus I'm a furry and have ADHD, so I'm running around this band hall doing absolute nothing but running around when we're not supposed to. Now I have this really I have these suspicious people in my friend group that are just crazy. Sorry, I have like a speech impediment, so sometimes I can't say words right.
And I've had a friend who is way worse. I could not understand him at all. So it's completely fine. I learned how to speak jabber. I don't know. Oh.
But yeah, so my stupid ass decides to go onto the podium where my band director sits while he was in his office. And I put my hands up and like act like I'm directing a piece. And then I said, "Oh my!" And then I yell as loud as I can. Now my band director is okay with me cursing because it's high school and all that.
Yeah.
I say, "Oh my fucking god! Y'all do not pay attention one bit. I'm fucking done." And I just jump off this podium. Now it's not that very high, but it's high a little bit. I jump off, and I fake fall, and I just like, why did I do that? And my friend comes up in front of me, grabs my leg, and starts dragging me to the band hall floor, and then finally drops in the middle of the band hall. And then my friend group lines up on the other side of the band hall, walking towards me, and then starts circling around me.
That'd be
Anyone circling around me? You want to know what they said while circling around me?
What did they say?
Sacrifice, sacrifice. And then they take a paper clip and like raise it up like about to stab me. I died laughing. I swear, I couldn't get up. And then with the same friend group,
Uh,
with the same friend group, I like ACDC and Green Day and Red Hot. We have a keyboard in the band for the choir.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, now I can. Sorry.
Okay. So, pretty much, I'm addicted to Green Day, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and all that. ACDC. I like Thunderstruck. So my friend starts playing Thunderstruck on by ACDC on the keyboard we have in the band hall. And I starts jamming out, like shaking my head everywhere, and I fall to the floor. It looked like I was having a seizure for how much I was jamming out.
I bet.
Like I looked like I was having a seizure. My band director almost called the nurse to come see. And then, funny.
Like, you have a mental illness. Oh no.
Yeah, but and then another story. I have so many stories in band. I tell you.
Honestly, I don't have any stories because I've never been to school. Well, actually,
You've
one
never
time.
been to school?
Yes, I am homeschooled. So. Yay. It's actually a lot nicer because you can sit down, do your schoolwork, watch TV while you're doing schoolwork. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, but the thing about, I mean, I'm a pretty smart dude and all that. Even though I have ADHD, I get distracted. I still get all my work done, and I get it done fast. Like I tell you, before half bell, I'm already done with like 5 pages. So I have like all the time. That's where I picked up my writing from, since I have so much time. I would just listen to music while doing my work because it like kind of keeps me focused on my work and all that. But what I was saying, I have so many stories in band. Like one time this year, we were just sitting, we were playing our scales, of course, and we were just playing, and he was looking through his stand and all that, and said, "Oh crap! I have these papers from the first week of school from my 7th graders."
Ooh, I have
so we all
story to tell you later. It is hilarious.
And then we decide to take this test when it's only a half notes, quarter notes, and it's the easiest thing, like the beginner thing. It was so fucking stupid, I swear. Our band class is, like, it's a new level of stupid. So, but yeah, what's your story? I mean, I've been talking a lot. You're the host.
Yes. So a friend of mine from a while ago, he brought wine to a school.
Oh God.
Yeah. Or it actually might have been something else, but it was hilarious what he said. So apparently, he comes in and tells a kid right beside of him he has wine, okay? And then he slides the thing of wine inside of the other kid's, like, backpack. Which I actually kind of felt bad for the kid because the kid got in trouble. Well, actually, he might have not. I'm not sure.
Oh God.
But it was so funny what he was, like, saying about it. Oh. Which actually, that wasn't, he was a little bit old. The friend that I was talking to, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He's a little bit older. But, apparently, but yeah, that was really funny.
But yeah, my band class is like so crazy. I tell you, like it's just a weird kids in one spot, and I had one of my friends, and they're furry also, and they know that I like them. But it's so awkward talking to them now, knowing that they like me, but they don't like me back.
Yeah.
Weird.
I've honestly never had a furry. But anyways, you were kind of cutting out when I said that.
Oh, sorry. But another story. This was back in about 2014, 2015. I was living in this neighborhood. Now, this was a horrible neighborhood living in because I got robbed like 3 times living here. I got my PlayStation 3 stolen from there and I'm telling you DS games because we loved Nintendo. And we still do. We own like 5 Nintendo Switches. And
I know a really good place. It's Virginia, which I actually live here. It's so quiet. It's like a tiny little place. The only problem with it, there's one convention which is really far away from me.
yeah.
But
the story was, so it was about 2014 when we moved there. I didn't have a single friend. Everybody hated me and all that. And some people were moving right in front of us, so I decided that I was going to make friends with them. They were pretty much me and my brother's age. So I decided to become friends with them. We became so good friends that every time I spent the night, we would share a bed because we were that close. And all that. So pretty much, we became really good friends.
honestly,
And we have so many stories with them. Like, their neighbors had like a giant dirt and sand pile we would go play on. We would like play King of the Hill. And then there was also a giant clearing that had a bamboo forest around. And then there was a supermarket that we would go mess around in and all that. But the story, I tell you, we were addicted to the DS so much. But pretty much this one day, my friends, they came over to my house. We were playing the DS, of course. But I got bored, and I wanted to go play outside, because back then I was an outside kid and loved to play. He was like, no, but I'm playing the DS, yada yada. So I tell him, you have to go home. If you're just going to be playing the DS the whole time, you got to go home.
yeah.
And then on his way home, of course I take the DS from him. On his way home, I tell him that I'm sorry, and all that, and he punches me in the stomach.
Wow.
For no reason.
What a friend.
I know, he was just mad at me, but still. And then, pretty much, after we moved, we lost contact with them. And then I found him on Facebook. So, me and him are now good friends again.
You shouldn't really be on Facebook.
Yeah, and then every single time I tell him, hey, remember that time when you punched me in the stomach over the DS? He's like, don't remind me because of my shameful past. And it's just so funny, his reaction. And
Yeah.
that right there was my first boyfriend also.
Nice. I support
Yeah.
it, even though I'm not gay.
Yeah, I'm gay and I like men, but since we were really good friends, I decided, since it's been so long and I haven't talked to them in like 7 years, I'm gonna come out to him. The first time I went over there again, my brother came, so I didn't have the chance. And then the second time, my brother didn't come, he just wanted me. So I went, we hung out, and then I went over there on a Friday, and I didn't leave till Sunday. So that Saturday, I told him while his dad went to go get pizza for dinner, that I was gay. And that was the conversation that he came out to me also as bi. So me and him are so now me and him are both out in the open to each other. And then a little bit later I come out to him as a furry. Because now I haven't been a furry for a good while. I'm new to the fandom. But me and him, well, I to come out to him. I told him that I found out because I was watching the movie Bambi. Yes, Bambi is how I became a furry.
It's
That
fine. We all
enlightened me.
became something from something. I became furry from Hell of a Boss.
Hell of a Boss is awesome. I
Yes,
haven't watched it.
I got.
I haven't watched it, but my friend wanted me to watch it, so I'm gonna watch it soon.
It is good. My brother watched. Well, actually, I got my brother into it. He loved it. At first, he was like, "Ugh, it's one of those stupid things on YouTube."
But yeah,
he even bought the
well,
merch
actually,
after he
on the
watched
topic
it.
of Hell of a Boss, there's also another good show that is made by SMG4, if you know who that is.
I honestly have no idea.
And then they made a production team called Glitch Productions. And
I hated that.
they made Metal Runner.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I tell you. That show is fucking awesome. Like, it was so good. There's 3 seasons. The season finale and the final season came out recently. I tell you, I cried so much watching the final episode of Meta Runner. It was so sad. But it's a really good show, and I highly recommend it for how good it is.
I've never watched it. I mostly like watching very inappropriate stuff, so I watch TVMA, rated R movies, or...
Yeah. Brandon Rogers is awesome if you love inappropriate stuff.
Yeah. Have you watched...
Brandon Rogers is amazing.
Yeah. Have you watched The Invisible Man?
No, I haven't, but I want to.
Oh, yes. It isn't really a kind of horror. It isn't really any ghosts inside of it, particularly. I don't want to spoil it for you, so...
Okay. But yeah. No, but yeah. So I pretty much come out to him as a furry. This was the same thing that also almost got me into a Hell of a Boss and Cuphead. But we'll get to Cuphead in a minute. But pretty much I come out to him as a furry. And then a little bit later I tell him that I like him. But he was dating somebody. And then pretty much a little bit later he says that he was poly, that his boyfriend was poly now, and that he didn't talk to him as much anymore.
Oh yeah, my
So
podcast actually is not on Spotify. I by accidentally said Spotify. I did not mean to say that. I'm on YouTube. Sometime you can come look at it. I'll tell you at the end of the episode.
Okay, but I tell him, and then he says, then I took this opportunity to see if he wanted to try things out with me and him. And he says yes. So now me and my best friend are officially dating.
Nice.
A little bit ago, last month, I went to a birthday party with some friends from school. She was having her birthday party at a giant arcade. Now, while I was at this arcade, I actually ran into a furry wearing their fursuit. I was like, the fuck? Who wears a fursuit to an arcade?
Yeah, I know. I've seen them multiple places. I've seen them at my Walmart. Once.
So I take that opportunity to get a picture with them. And so on my way home, well, on the way to their house, because they were having a sleepover also, I have a totally story about that also. I have a lot of stories, but I'm gonna tell 3 more after this one. He, pretty much, I started texting him and sending him the picture, and then I was asking him what he was doing. I told him that I was in the car with some friends heading to their house for a sleepover. I sent him to the picture of me and the furry, and he says, "God damn it! Why do you always have to rub shit in my face? You're outside. You're out with friends and meeting furries, and I'm just here stuck in my little shell watching Dragon Ball." So me and him have a giant fight about him not making friends. Now this is after we broke up because it was for the better. And then he tells me that he got back with his boyfriend 2 months ago. And we were together less than 2 months ago. So I found out that he was cheating on me this whole entire time.
Wow.
And he never told me. So then I stopped talking to him for a bit. And then now we're friends again. But yeah. Another story about the house that I was living in while living by him. My cousins were over, and we were just playing around in the living room, as kids do. And it was me and my brother, my cousins, all 3 of them, well, 4, and then my sister. We were all just hanging out in the living room, and in the ceiling, you know, like those dangly things that hang down from the ceiling fan that turns it on, and all that.
Yeah.
They were all of a sudden swinging back and forth. The air wasn't on. Nobody touched them. And then all of us, no, but before that, the power just goes out. So we all run to my sister's room and just hangs in there.
Wow.
We come out, the lights are on, we see them dangling, and the front door is wide open.
Mm.
So we all, of course, start freaking out, and the parents come home, and that's the end of that.
Yeah.
But the next story. Oh my god.
We're gonna have to probably put that in the next episode because my space is running out. So.
Okay. Well, it's a quick story, real quick. So this is the final. But yeah, we get back to my friend's house for the sleepover, and we're talking, playing Put a Finger Down. Now, yet my friend's sister and this boy that was there, my friend's sister liked him. Actually, you know what? Let's just have this story for next time. It'll be a great opener for it. So we'll save it for next time because it's a little long.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I guess that'll be the end of the podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.